Today on Ask This Old House.
I'll take you to a farm like you've never seen before and teach you all about small space gardening.
Good morning, Jen.
Morning, Roger.
Now, I know you've been working on a lot of stories about edible landscapes. Today, I'm going to send you to a place for an urban farm. Now, I have the directions here for you.
Where
You're gonna go 128
is this?
north, then you take a left and a right, go around the rotary.
Okay. Can I just put this in my phone?
Yeah.
All right. You're sending me to a mall?
I'm sending you to a mall with a grocery store with a flat roof that has an urban farm on the top of it.
No way.
Way.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna check this out. I'll get right back to you.
Great.
All right.
Did I just hear you were sending her to a garden on the top of a commercial space?
Yeah, pretty neat, huh?
Tell you, we took the show over to Germany last year, do you remember? There was not one market that we saw, not one warehouse that we saw that wasn't covered either in solar panels or rooftop gardens like this. I think it's a great idea. I love it.
Me too.
Hi, Jessie.
Hey.
Wow, what a difference from walking around in the mall down there to this farm on top of this grocery store.
Yeah, we're actually on a quarter-acre farm on the roof of the grocery store. So we grow about 7,000 pounds of produce annually, all of which is available for purchase about 25 feet from where we grew it.
That's fantastic. You really can't get more local than that.
No, you can't, actually. So, one of the big things that we've seen is that a lot of the produce that's available is coming from other parts of the country. It's being flown or shipped over 3,000 miles. So we're really trying to bring local food back into urban settings.
Which is very important.
It is really important. This farm is really unique because we actually built the farm into the plans for the building before the building was erected. And so we consulted with structural engineers, we worked with a green roofing company, and what you're adding is a lot of weight. So it's almost 50 pounds per square feet of additional weight above the snow load. So if you're a homeowner, that's something where you absolutely want to consult with a structural engineer.
Absolutely, that's very, very important.
So one of the big things that we have to take into consideration with urban growing is that we don't have a lot of space to use, so we really have to optimize the space that we've got. So we use dense packing and intensive growing methods. So we're trying to get the plants basically planted as close to each other as we can without affecting the growth of each individual plant.
That's very important. And I see you have the drip irrigation, so the water goes directly into the roots.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also automate everything. So it's on a timer system. And that way we're ensuring that the plants get as much water as they need to be growing at kind of their optimal level, because this is really a production farm. These are actually just like raised beds.
They are raised beds without sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And so we've got about 10 to 12 inches of soil depth here, which is what we recommend for growing pretty much any of the vegetables that you would want to grow. We're using a really interesting mix you can see in this bed right here. So it's really like a container mix. The only difference is that we're using a puffed shale, which is a puffed rock, versus using vermiculite or peat moss, which is what you'd normally see in a potting mix, which you would use at your home. And the reason is that we don't want it to blow off the roof. So we were looking for something that was a little bit heavier to hold the soil, since we're actually on a roof versus in somebody's yard.
But it still allows it to be a light container type mix.
Exactly. Yep, to let the root systems establish themselves and to make sure the plants basically are using all of the space that they have, which is limited.
So most homeowners probably would not go through the trouble of hiring an engineer to do a rooftop garden like this.
Right.
But you also specialize in small space gardens.
Yeah, we do a lot of raised bed installations.
I do too. They're easy, simple to install. You use 2x10 untreated wood like fir or cedar, go 4 feet wide for easy maintenance, and you can make them as long as you want.
Yeah, these are really best suited for placing in a yard, or they're not very mobile. Kind of once you place them, you can move them, but they're a little more difficult to move.
Right.
So we've actually been using these, which are actually feeding troughs.
This is beautiful.
They're great, and they come in 12 inches or 24 inches deep.
Okay.
You can actually put these on wheels. You can install casters on the bottom, and we'll just do a layer of packing peanuts for the first 12 inches and then fill it with the container mix at the top. So they're super mobile. You can move them around.
So you could create a space like another outdoor design element.
Absolutely. Or if the sun changes in your yard from one time of the year to the next, you could actually move it from one part of the yard to the other. The big variable here is that these are meant to retain water because they're actually meant for feeding and for animals to drink water out of.
Right.
So you need to create drainage on the bottom. So we'll get a 1/2-inch drill bit and we'll actually just drill holes on the bottom and then lay a layer of landscape fabric, which allows the soil to not kind of fall through the drainage holes. And there you got it. You've got a conversion of something that was used for something completely different into a vegetable garden.
And almost a piece of art too.
Yeah, they look great. They look really nice.
It's really, really cool. I like it.
So another container that we've been using a lot are actually milk crates.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
So these are actually great container gardens. They're 1 foot by 1 foot, so they've got the 12 inches of soil depth that you're looking for. You can fit, for example, with lettuces and kales, 4 plants per crate, but with the tomato, eggplant, pepper, it's really 1 per crate. So you can really kind of figure out your spacing nicely, knowing that it's a 1 by 1.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. These are really, really great. You could have 1 of them on your fire escape. You could have a bunch of them that you stack in different designs. Or, for example, we use these in commercial settings where we have thousands of them. So
And they're
really
ergonomic. You can move them around quite easily, right? So how do you put it together?
So clearly there are holes in it. So if you were to just dump the soil into it, it would just fall right out of the milk crate.
Right.
So what you need is to make a liner. So you can do that either by putting landscape fabric down into the milk crate, or they sell these prefabricated liners, which you can get pretty easily online. And they are actually 5-gallon grow bags. And so they come pre-made and it actually fits perfectly into the milk crate. So,
It's a perfect fit.
got it. So now we're ready for our soil. So this is a potting mix. All right, that's that.
Perfect.
So our next step is we're gonna plant this pepper.
Okay.
So like I mentioned before, with the summer crops, you just wanna plant 1 per crate. So I'm gonna loosen the root system, dig a hole, and get it to soil level. And there we go.
That's perfect. All right, so all we have to do is keep this watered. In about 6 weeks, we'll eat some peppers.
Yeah, what's great again is that you could have 1 on your fire escape or you could have 100 of these in your yard.
I love all these ideas. It's been very inspirational.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.